This video is for those of you who want to ever so slightly improve the look of Minecraft whilst having it still look like Minecraft. Not totally changing the look of the game, just making some small tweaks. I use quite a few mods, resource packs and other add-ons that will all be in this video, plus a few more that I don't personally use. I've even got some tips on how to make Minecraft look better without having to install a bunch of stuff. Of course, you can find links to everything discussed in the description. Just a quick disclaimer before we begin, some of these additions do require other mods and such to be installed in order to use them, so when you are downloading these, just take a look at the description and see if anything else is required. The first that we're going to talk about is by far my favourite. If I could only keep one of these add-ons, it would most certainly be the resource pack Fresh Animations. It gets rid of the clunky movement of vanilla Minecraft and replaces it with fluid motion that brings so much more life to the mobs in this game. From herding animals, riding horses, and running away from a horde of zombies, it gives everything that little bit of character. Just look at the villagers if you weren't convinced, they actually act like living things now. Keeping it nice and animated here, next up we have Not Enough Animations. This mod does exactly what you'd expect and adds a ton of subtle player animations. You can now climb ladders, crawl on the floor, hold the reins of a horse or the oars of a boat. You can even hold maps properly now, and there are many more that you can see for yourself. Particle Rain is one of my more recent additions that I've made to Minecraft. Very simply, it changes rain and snow to something much more pleasing to look at. Not only that, but if you're in a desert or a mesa biome and it starts raining, instead of just seeing the sky get darker like you usually would, a sandstorm begins to pick up, which is super cool. We may as well get this one out of the way with, hadn't we? Shaders. I'm sure this is not a new discovery for most of you watching, but on the off chance you don't know what shaders are, well, they add shade to Minecraft, and I'm not talking about how the fletching table still doesn't have a use even after 6 updates. I mean, it literally adds shadows and makes everything look very pretty. There's tons you can pick from, all slightly different from each other, but my personal favourite, and rightfully so one of the most popular, is BSL shaders. I will also give a small nod to complementary shaders, I think they're very nice too. So that's a lot of stuff you can download and add to the game, and there's still more to come, but how about keeping it as vanilla as possible and just tweaking some of your settings? The main ones to highlight are the graphics being set to fancy and having smooth lighting turned on. These two alone make quite the difference. I also like to have particles turned on as well as clouds. The sky is much more interesting to look at without it being perfectly clear. The brightness setting is also something you can mess with. I play with mine at max purely for the sake of my videos, but you can always make it slightly darker for a moodier atmosphere. If you install either Sodium or OptiFine, not only will you get much better performance, but it'll also give you tons of more options to mess with in your settings. I won't go through them all now, but I will suggest changing your fog distance. I like to have mine set so that the fog is much closer than it is in vanilla. So close that when you're loading in new chunks, you don't see it suddenly appear in front of you, and instead it gradually fades into view. It's much more realistic and, in my opinion, a lot better looking. Another cool feature of OptiFine specifically this time is that you can turn on connected glass, so that when multiple glass blocks are placed next to each other, instead of having all of the borders between them, you instead get this nice and clear window that's much easier to look through. If you don't want OptiFine, bonus is, a mod that does this exact thing does exist. How about a couple of add-ons that make Minecraft sound better too? Ambient Sounds adds, you guessed it, a bunch of ambient sounds to make Minecraft feel that much more immersive. From all sorts of birdsong, clicking grasshoppers, gentle wind, and even underwater noises. Plus, these are all biome dependent, so what you hear will change based on where you are in your world. Presence Footsteps is another mod that I use to improve sound, and essentially it emphasizes your player's footsteps. Walking on wood sounds wooden, stone sounds stony. If you walk through tall grass, you can hear it brush past your legs, and there are a lot more, all very different from one another, that only adds to your immersion. I mentioned earlier about having clouds turned on to make the sky seem more interesting to look at. Well, if you're not a fan of the regular Minecraft clouds, then there are tons of custom sky resource packs out there, some more extreme than others. Personally, I find this a bit too realistic to look at, but I know a lot of people really like the custom skies, so you might too. The mod Better Clouds is also a great suggestion to make your skies prettier while still keeping that classic Minecraft look. Something you can add to the game that will make the subtlest of improvements is Ambient Environment. All this mod does is add variation to the terrain throughout the world. So instead of the ground just looking like one flat color that doesn't change at all, you get something that differentiates and make it feel that much more alive. If you like to use flowers in your Minecraft builds, or even if you just like staring at them whilst you walk around, the Bushier Flowers mod might be something that interests you. It increases the amount of flowers shared on a single block, and it even lets you turn your potted plants into bouquets. Here are two simple leaf related add-ons that I think make a big difference, starting with the mod Falling Leaves. As you walk around the woods, or nearby any tree for that matter, every now and again you will notice some leaves falling down. It's such a simple idea that really adds a lot to the game, plus because it's only a few extra particles, it won't take that much of a toll on your PC. This is one of my favourites for sure, and I have my buddy Low Res Bones to thank who told me about it. And on the topic of low res, he made a video like this before on how to make Minecraft look like the trailer. It's very good, and although there's some crossover with this video, you can find some more ideas there too, so go take a look after this one. Anyway, the other foliage add-on that I use is Bushy Leaves, which makes trees in Minecraft look so much better. Just the extra few bits on the sides of the block really changes a whole lot. You can find a resource pack like this in many places, but my personal preference is from Vanilla Tweaks. Now, this website, Vanilla Tweaks, is the holy grail of the topic of this video. It's full of simple ways to ever so slightly tweak vanilla Minecraft, hence the name. In essence, you can create your own custom resource pack full of changes that you want to make. You can even edit it at a later time if you want to add or remove things. I won't go through every single option now because there's a lot of them, so I'll leave that up to you. But what I will show you here now is all of the features that I personally use every time I play Minecraft. The grayed out ones are what I have chosen. You can also find some helpful data packs as well as crafting changes. This website is by far the best thing to go for out of everything mentioned in this video. It's easy to use, has tons of options which all get confined down into a single file. So go have a look at Vanilla Tweaks, I'm sure you'll find something you like. So there we go everybody, those are all of the aesthetic changes I make to this game, plus a few more for good measure. I hope your Minecraft is now looking a little bit better. Thank you for watching, bye for now.